Road trip! Today we're heading to Grimsby, and I'm not holding out much hope because the first 4 characters of the word Grimsby spell grim.
No, that's not even funny.
Like this weather. And there's nothing famous about Grimsby, no interesting facts I can tell you. But today we're going to the Smokehouse restaurant. We're taking on their Pitmaster eating challenge, so hopefully I can get it down in record time. And I've actually been talking to the people from Smokehouse, which is quite funny. I don't know if you can see that. Put it up to the camera, hopefully it'll focus. But they said, "Hi Adam, if you'd like to film yourself eating our Pitmaster challenge, that would be fine. We wish you luck. You will need it." Ha ha ha. Alright, so we're at the Smokehouse today in Grimsby, taking on their Pitmaster challenge, which has only been completed once by a woman who, she got it down, it took her 3 hours.
Wow.
To be fair, that's some serious commitment.
Skadoosh! What's up, Beard Army? 3 hours, that is some serious commitment indeed. I think even I would be bored of eating after 3 hours. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles of Beard. Hope you're all doing well. I'm looking forward to tonight's episode. Today, as I mentioned, we're in Grimsby, which is a completely unremarkable city. I apologize if you're from Grimsby, but yeah, there was there was nothing particularly amazing about the place. Apart from, of course, the Smokehouse, which is where we were doing this challenge today, and this is called the Pitmaster Challenge, which has only been defeated once, as I mentioned, by that absolutely heroic lady that got it down in 3 hours, and it cost 50 quid to do this, which is pretty pricey.
I'm eating like Randy today. Ooh, there's a few beans left on there.
Yeah, eating like Randy, indeed. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, I'm sure you do. Pretty much everyone watches Randy Santel, right? But Randy's a super clean eater, so I mean, this is 50 quid, right? So I didn't want to waste any, so yeah, I tried to eat as clean as possible. But in addition to all the meat, you get some Texas toast, which is essentially just garlic bread. You get the red slaw, red cabbage slaw, some corn, the age-old enemy, that is sweet corn on the cob. I do have a magic technique to get it down a little bit better than usual lately, because a lot of people criticize the way I eat corn. You get onion rings and some fries as well, and this weird slab of fat, which I don't really know what it was. It tasted pretty good, but I guess I'll mention it when we get to that. For now, we're just getting the ribs down, which were... This is not a sponsored video. I say this a lot, but if it were, there'd be like a little card in the bottom left-hand corner. But the ribs were probably the best ribs I've ever had, or certainly close. They were cooked to perfection. They just kind of came off the bone. Didn't need any stripping. With my teeth, of course. I don't mean, you know, getting naked or anything. But the ribs were really, really good. The burnt ends as well, which is what I'm eating now, they were perfect. Really sweet and sticky with a certain pepperiness to them.
This is so delicious, I don't even want to rush it.
Yeah, that's my excuse for going slow today. But yeah, the burnt ends were really good. They had kind of a certain, almost like a whiskey vibe to them. So if you're into whiskey, I mean, I don't mind whiskey, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it definitely had like a really smoky vibe, and they were really good, the burnt ends.
This is big. I don't know, this is like... That's the biggest rib I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't actually know if that is a rib. It's really more of a weapon than a rib. It could be a leg or something, but this was one part that I really did not enjoy. It tasted like it still had like hide attached to it, like cowhide or something, and even though the meat tasted okay, that texture really made it unpleasant.
I don't think I've ever felt this manly in my entire life.
Although yeah, I did benefit from looking super manly there, holding a big bone with a chunk of meat on the end. I gotta say, this food was very enjoyable on the most part. Like I say, this I really didn't like that. But I don't really like meat on the bone too much anyway. But look at the way that's coming off there. It's kind of like leathery, you know. So it really made this hard to swallow, and certainly to eat fast was hard.
That's the definition of a clean bone.
Yeah, absolutely nobody can give me a hard time for not finishing the meat on that bone. There wasn't an ounce of meat left on it. Yeah, and this is the pulled pork, I think, next. Yeah, pulled pork. And this was good. It was enjoyable, but it was less sweet than the pulled pork you would usually get from a barbecue joint, especially in England. I don't know if this is any more authentic, you know, to America, but it was really more spicy than sweet. And, you know, I like that kind of salty and sweet flavor, so that was not a highlight. The chicken, again, you know, I can take or leave chicken, especially off the bone when it's just roasted. So this was just kind of fiddly, you know. It was hard to eat, you know, fairly quickly without choking to death on the bones. I'd definitely pick out a lot of bones here.
Oh. A lot of bones in it.
Yeah, there's one of them. But I think I did a pretty good job of cleaning the bones on this, you know. It's pretty techniquey trying to eat wings and thighs and legs and stuff. There was mostly just cartilage left. But the food was good. I really enjoyed the food today at Smokehouse. And the restaurant's really nice as well. It's really authentically decked out. They're getting ready for Halloween as well. Those aren't real cobwebs, I should explain. Next we got the brisket and the hot links, which is pretty much just, I guess, American slang for barbecue sausage. But again, they were both really, really nice. Very salty, nice seasoning. On the whole, good quality.
Stay safe, kids.
Yeah, another bone. You gotta stay safe out there, you know, especially with whole roasted meats, chicken especially, because the bones can splinter off, you know, and end up God knows where, right in the middle of the meat and stuff like that. So take it easy, you know. If you're gonna do a barbecue challenge, don't rush it too much. The stuff we got left now pretty much is mostly the sides. You get an ample amount of fixins, as they call them in the States. But yeah, the corn, Texas toast, fries, onion rings. The only thing I think this was probably missing for me to be, you know, like a fully authentic barbecue meal is like a big slab of cornbread with like a nice chunk of butter on the top, just melting there. This is the weird slab of just straight fat I was talking about. I don't know what this is or was. It was, there was no sinew to it, no flesh. It was just kind of a lump of fat. But I mean, who doesn't like fat? It tasted pretty good, even if I don't know what it was.
Seriously need a milkshake or something. There it is, babe. After 4 dates, Lindsay's expectation, the stark reality. That's a bit optimistic for me, I think, actually. This is more like it. That's a little bit too harsh.
Yeah, a little joke there about the size of my penis. It was a matter of time, really. It's not really a video if there's no willy joke in there. But anyway, I think that's enough talking for this episode. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on Sunday for another video. Bit out.
That's a better technique for eating corn. All the time I'm wasting in this video just like picking things off the bone or off the cob. Whatever this is, it's like ridiculously hard to break down. technically garlic bread, so this would be perfect for you. How am I going to get under half an hour? Why, what time is it on? 27:40.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Everybody's squirreling.
It's shit, man. How many times have I told you?
Everybody's chipmunking. Virtual high five.
Going foot.